check out this amazing ayahuasca vine. As global interest in sacred plant medicines has exploded around the world, so has the number of plant medicine shamans, providers, and retreat centers. And in the Wild West environment of the psychedelic renaissance, there are many people that are offering plant medicine services who are unqualified or even unscrupulous. So how do you set yourself up for a safe and profoundly healing visionary experience? My name is Lorna Liana, and I am the publisher of one of the world's leading online platforms about sacred plant medicines and modern shamanism. It's my mission to raise awareness of the benefits of working with psychedelics with respect and responsibility, and it's my passion to connect entrepreneurs with their sole purpose in business. Now, if you are vetting plant medicine providers and you're trying to determine whether your plant medicine provider is legitimate, you may want to ask these 3 questions. And don't be afraid to ask these 3 questions and expect a truthful, detailed, and qualified response to those questions. The first question is, how was the medicine made and who made it? There are one of 2 responses that are appropriate. The first response is, I made the medicine myself and here's what's in it. Now, this is incredibly important for ayahuasca because the ayahuasca brew can contain multiple plants. So a traditional ayahuasca brew will contain the banisteriopsis caapi vine and the leaves of the Psychotria viridis shrub. So caapi and chacruna is a traditional ayahuasca blend. You might also find caapi and another plant called chaliponga. That's also ayahuasca in many of the countries that serve this particular blend. You might also come across a blend that is caapi, chacruna, and Brugmansia. Brugmansia is also known as Towey. This plant is highly visionary and can also be toxic if too much of it is put in the brew. It may be much more visionary, it may be kind of scary and unpleasant, and some people have died from it. The second appropriate answer to receive for the question of how was the medicine made and what's in it is, I didn't make the medicine, but the people who made this medicine, I have known them for years. We have made medicine together. I have drunk their medicine. We have a spiritual relationship. We have prayed together. We have made medicine together, and I know and trust them. This is often the scenario where you have a retreat center, or let's say you have a traveling indigenous page, and the facilitator or shaman simply doesn't have the capacity to provide medicine for large numbers of people. Especially if you're looking at attending an indigenous festival where ayahuasca is being served to hundreds of people, the indigenous villages do not have the capacity, and they will often source their medicine from one of the churches that have a setup for larger scale production. So you want to know that the person who's providing medicine is providing that medicine from a trusted source whose quality they can personally vouch for. The second question to ask is, how long have you been doing this? This is important because this will give you a sense of how experienced the person is with this medicine, and experience can be assessed in a number of different ways. One way to assess experience is that they've been consuming the medicine for a very long time, ideally over years. Another way to assess experience is that in addition to consuming the medicine for a really long time, they've also been assisting or helping in ceremonies as a guardian. So this gives the person experience in supporting ceremonies and experience in addressing the various kinds of issues that can arise in a powerful, entheogenic, visionary experience. The third aspect of experience to explore is how long they've actually been leading ceremony themselves, because leading ceremony is actually a skill set. Granted, every facilitator is going to start somewhere, and so perhaps they are fairly young in serving groups of people, but they've had many years of consuming the medicine in ceremony with their community, as well as assisting in ceremonies. So, these are things to really look at. The third question to ask your plant medicine provider is, who did you apprentice with and what training did you receive? Now, this is really important because in the psychedelic renaissance, there are many plant medicine providers that are self-initiating. That is to say that they've been consuming sacred plant medicines, and at a certain point, the sacred plant medicine told them that they were ready to be offering this plant medicine to other people. Now, if you look towards the living cultures that hold these plant medicines sacred, there is a formal process that a apprentice needs to go through before that person's even considered to be qualified to be offering a powerful visionary ancestral medicine. This may look like a series of initiations in front of the community. This may look like specific levels of graduation that they receive from their maestro. It may look like receiving the blessing to carry forward the lineage, especially if you're looking at if you have a culture where in order to even be administering the medicine, you have to be able to do it within the proper cultural context. And so a lot of the self-initiated facilitators may be relying on channeled wisdom as their source of knowledge and authority. While that is one basis of knowledge and wisdom, there is so much more to be able to work with these sacred plant medicines in a good way. Many of these cultures have tools and techniques and specific ways of working with spirits and energies that a self-initiated facilitator isn't learning because they do not have the training and the blessing of an unbroken lineage. So to summarize, the 3 questions to ask to vet your plant medicine provider are: how was the medicine made and who made it? How many years have you been serving this medicine? Who did you apprentice with and what kind of training did you receive? And the ideal time to ask these 3 questions is well in advance of showing up to your ceremony, because once you show up to the ceremony or once you show up to your retreat center after having hopped on an international flight, you're going to be pretty invested to go through and complete the ceremonial experience, even if you're not satisfied with the person's answers. And also, don't be afraid to ask those questions more than once, and you'll notice whether the answers to those questions are different. And if at any point you feel that you are uncomfortable with the answers or the answers are not satisfactory to you, don't be afraid to get up and leave, because your safety, your physical, emotional, and spiritual safety is so much more important than the money that you spent. Now, if having a safe and positive plant medicine experience is important to you, then I would love to invite you to my free online masterclass called How to Have a Safe and Profoundly Healing Plant Medicine Ceremony in complete surrender to the divine without getting messed up or molested by unscrupulous shamans or unqualified plant medicine facilitators. All you have to do is sign up and register for this free 1-hour masterclass, and during this training, I will share with you my complete list of qualifying questions that you can ask a plant medicine provider to determine whether that provider is right for you, as well as a list of questions to ask yourself so that you can best determine what kind of experience is going to be the best fit for you. So click on the link below or to the next of this video to join this masterclass, and I will see you on the other side. Pura vida. Bye for now.